Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli, back with another review video, and yes, my part 1 review of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. Yep, so I am now reviewing the series. This is my part 1 review of the first 2 episodes, and as of this recording, because, I had watched the first 2 episodes, and as you're watching this, as this is out, the 3rd episode has come out by now, so, but anyways, so, yes, finally and at long last, the long-awaited Lord of the Rings series on Amazon Prime has officially arrived, and, let me, before I get into the show itself, I want to talk about, my thoughts and, when the show was announced and so on. Well, for a while, and even, for over a year, and I was very nervous, and worried about this show, and I know that everybody else was, the Lord of the Rings fans. Everybody, including myself, thought that, oh gosh, it's gonna be one of those fantasy shows, say, frickin' Game of Thrones, like a Game of Thrones wannabe, a lot of violence and sex, But luckily, and very later on, the people behind the series, the producers, I want to say, they confirmed that it's not what we think it's gonna be, and they said that they're trying to stay true to Tolkien, and even say, I guess, what the movies did, and for that matter, I guess the feel to it, that's me saying that, and. Yeah, well, okay, that was a relief, but who knows how the show would have still turned out, and how it would be received. And now that it's arrived, it's mutual, I should say. I'm sure that there are those, that actually quite enjoy this, but there are those that are just oh, God, this is, yeah. Even say, I remember hearing that Peter Jackson would at least have some involvement and be a consultant on the scripts, but I guess that didn't happen. I don't know, but and so what I first think about the show, my first thoughts, and with the first 2 episodes, what I think about this show so far, it's fine. So far, it's fine. I mean, we just got started, guys. We just got started on the first 2 episodes, okay? So we just need to see how, if it could get any better, as the show proceeds, the episodes come out and so on. I'm hoping that maybe, because as season 1 proceeds, and with the next seasons, it could get better. I hope so. I'm being sincere. I hope that it could do better. But here's the thing. This show, along with the Hobbit films, they could never top off what the Lord of the Rings trilogy brought. That's a masterpiece trilogy, I should say. So, with the Hobbit films, yeah, they seem to do fine, but it could never top off the Lord of the Rings films. And the same thing goes with the show. So, yeah. But, okay, with the first 2 episodes, and gosh, I didn't quite expect this. Well, I guess I should have, I could have seen it coming, but, yeah, these episodes, they are up to almost, say, 1 hour, or 1 hour long. I mean, they're up to 1 hour when the credits roll, so, instead of the credits, the running time, they'd be, say, 58 or 57 minutes, So, okay, that's fine. Okay, but the first episode, A Shadow of the Past. And yeah, I'm gonna try my best to pronounce these names. I've gotten I think by now I've gotten used to pronouncing most of the names from the Lord of the Rings films, and maybe say The Hobbit. But for this, it may take a while. So yeah. These kind of names in the world of Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth, etc. Yeah, it'd be tough to pronounce these kind of names. Well, and for fantasy characters, okay? So, anyways, the story of Episode 1, A Shadow of the Past. Gladriel is disturbed by signs of an ancient evil's return. Arondir, okay, as I said, makes an unsettling discovery. Elrond is... Okay, I think I got that name right. Elrond is presented with an interguiding new venture. Nori breaks a deeply held community rule. So, I thought that the first episode was fine, We just got, this episode, it's the first episode and we're getting started. Like, the opening to it, because the young Gladriel, played by Amelia Child Villers, middle name is Child, and Gladriel's brother, Finrod, played by Will Fletcher, and at one point, because, Finrod is part of this elf army, and, this is where we get a small appearance of Sauron. Yeah, so Sauron briefly makes an appearance in this, and Finrod is killed by, I want to say, Sauron, and Gladriel is seeking out to find Sauron, and so on. And those that accompany her up to when they said that like, this one character, Thunder, I think I got that right, played by Fabin McCollum, he tells her that, she's gonna do it on her own. And the rest of the cast, like, we see the Harefoot people, and two characters, like, even like I saw an article of this that, they could be like, their friendship and their relationship could be like the same as, like, say, Sam and Frodo. And it's these two characters, Nori Brandyfoot and Poppy Proudfellow. Poppy played by Megan Richards and Nori played by Markella Kavana. I think I got that right. Yeah. I think so far some of these characters are pretty good. Like, of course, Gladriel, who's one of the main characters, played by Marfiad Clark. Yeah. And as I said, Nori and Poppy. So the three of them are pretty good. And Elrond is a pretty good character as well. And also there was this one elf, I believe it's him, Arondir, played by Esmel Cruz Cordova. Like, I feel like there's like a relationship, I guess, going on between him and, doesn't it show? Okay. I've got this as always, I've got the tablet and I've got IMDb pulled up. So this one black elf, and, it seems like him and her, Bronwyn, played by Nazanin Bonadid. I don't even know if I pronounced the full name right. Like, I feel like, there's kind of like a thing going on between them, like a relationship. Like, it's gonna get there eventually. And then there's Bronwyn's son, Theo, played by Tyro, however you pronounce his last name. And then, like, also, Lord Celebrimbor, played by Charles Edwards. And what's great is, like, in the first two episodes, we do get, like, say, the appearances of the locations, like the elf city, and, very, to put it this, familiar places that we've seen in the Lord of the Rings films. So, like, where the elves' home. And, as I recall, like, Galadriel is supposed to join the elves to the Grey Heavens, but that's when at the end of episode 1 she turns her back and proceeds on on with her brother and so on, and that has to do with Finrod. And even like say at the end of that episode, because like there's this like almost like say fireball or something that everybody sees flying in the sky up to when it lands where the Harryfoot people are, and the stranger, as he's called, played by Daniel Wayman. And that's when like that's where it picks up in episode 2. Give me a second, I'm gonna get to that. So I thought episode 1, so I thought episode 1 was not bad. I mean, it was the start of the show, so what's there what's there to complain? Okay, so episode 2, Adrift. Interesting title. Galadriel find a new ally. Elrond faces a cold reception from an old friend, and an old friend of his. Yeah, this is where they come in, which I'll mention in a minute. Okay. Also, Nori endeavors to help a stranger. Arondir searches for answers while Bronwyn warns her people of a threat. Yeah. So in this one, because there's a lot going on in this one because the Harefoot, they I lost them. Okay. There's Nori, because Nori discovers and helps the stranger. He's not given a name yet, or because that's what he's. I mean, if he will be given a name, who knows? Even say like, like Lenny Henry is a part of this show too. He's part of the Harryfoot people, and so is the mother of Nori is who was it? I forget. Yes, it's her. Marigold Brandyfoot, played by Sarah Zwang Gabani. Yeah, I think I got that right. So there's her, and this is where in the second episode we once again get the debut. Like we see them in the show, the trolls. Yeah, the trolls. Gimli's people, and I think it's I believe it's him. Yeah, Prince Durin, the fourth. Yeah, I believe so. The fourth. And of course we get the I think the first black dwarf, I want to say. I'm sorry, dwarves, not trolls. Princess Diza, played by Sophia Nomvet. Especially because they seem pretty funny. And also, Peter Mullen. I forgot to mention Peter Mullen because he's King Durin the Third. So this was cool. We get to see the trolls in this, and they wear these like very interesting helmets they cover their entire face and it represents their faces, Like I've seen that kind of thing before where the helmets, But anyways, but I thought episode 2 was pretty good, and oh gosh, yes, even like say we do get the orcs, obviously, those like evil creatures, and there's one orc that Theo sees underneath, the floor and breaks through the wooden floor, and it starts attacking Theo and his mother, Bronwyn, and that's when, as I mentioned, Bronwyn trying to convince her people to leave, that's when she decapitates and kills one of the orcs, their heads, it gets them to leave and such. And even say Galadriel, like throughout that episode, throughout most of this episode, she's after jumping out of the boat that was heading to the Grey Heavens, she was swimming throughout that, and almost throughout the entire episode, up until when she found, I get, yeah, like these, I think they're elves, yeah. They're on this, like, drifted boat, and that's when the sea creature, starts, like, charging the boat, like, going underneath and kind of attacking them and eating them, and they kind of blame it on her, like, she led the creature to them. Well, obviously no, but that's when, of course, she does meet up with, oh gosh, I believe it's, who was it? Well, it was one of them that was on the drifted boat, and he helps out Gladriel. So yeah, so there's him. But anyways, and even like, and let me tell you, because the visual effects, while I'm thinking of it, the visual effects in this are really good. I remember, and I think, I remember reading that this was going to be the most expensive show made. And boy, does it show. I'm telling you, I say the visual effects are pretty good, especially because when in the first episode, like an ice troll, I guess you could say, and even the sea creature, in the water, and everything else that was going on, just it's beautiful, and the beautiful shots of the buildings, and it's amazing, I tell you. But yeah, so I thought that the second episode was not bad too. Again, these are the first 2 episodes, and we're just getting started. Well, and even now, say that the third episode's come out, for you guys, because when you're watching this, as you're watching this. So far, I don't think it's that bad. So far, I don't think it's terrible, or what I was expecting at first. But thank God for that. Like, it seems like, yeah, it's like they are doing their best to, like, to do, like, say what Lord of the Rings has done and with the movies, as I explained at the beginning of this review. Yeah, and I'll see what I'll do. Like either, like, I'm just gonna do like a part 1 and 2, or maybe I probably, like, I'll just have to wait and see until like I get to watching the next episodes, and when season 1 comes to an end. I'll just have to wait and see, and after this comes out, part 1 that you guys are watching. So, and what about you guys? What do you think of the show so far? What did you think of my review? Leave comments and give this review a like, as always. And let's hope that it may get better, like, as season 1 proceeds. Just have to wait and see. But anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my part 1 review of Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. More reviews coming your way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video/review. And until my part 2 review of The Rings of Power, take care, and peace out.